replication up and down the stack in local form. We speak of what something feels and looks like for us humans here on planet Earth. Yet feelings and emotions also replicate up and down the stack in the local form in the quantum field. There are multiple layers of it. We call them perhaps dimensions, densities. However many, there's a difference in view of how many they are. But ultimately it is about patterns, geometries, fields, frequencies, and vibrations. It indeed replicates up and down the stack in the local form in those dimensional planes based on their design and architecture of that realm, the foundational physics principles of those. Here on the Earth plane, we're also able to do something very special and unique. We can choose to be that vessel, to serve as in a density and intensity, to be able to transmute, clear out, resolve, release all kinds of trapped emotions, trapped energies, and trapped patterns that have been with us within our human selves in the current life, within the DNA streams of mother line and father line, going back countless generations all the way to their beginning, and the soul stream. As a soul is a being from, or an aspect of us, they're all aspects of us, from another dimensional realm, from the spirit realm, we might call it. Yet that soul operates and lives in the quantum field. So it comes into our bodies and it merges with us, with our human selves. And we become a unit, a family, roommates in the house of self, passengers in the vehicle of self. But that soul has embodied and transited and traveled through many lives, many incarnations on this world and perhaps other worlds. It really depends on the individual soul. It doesn't matter what the journey is. Every soul has a journey, everyone is unique. It also doesn't matter what species it is. But ultimately, the emotions, the patterns, the frequencies, the behaviors, the actions, they ultimately are a large number, but in the larger scheme of things, there is a small number. But in the quantum field, where everything is now always, it is impossible to have movement, to change. But in the physical world, design architecture, where we live in a linear timeline, we have past, present, and future. And in this past, present, and future architecture, we are able to change. It gives us movement. To some extent, if we just perceive it from the earth plane, our physical plane, everything is slow, linear, incremental, one foot in front of the other. And the quantum field, everything is all one. But when we merge both, bring both together, we're able to do something that in the individual realm, we cannot do. In the quantum field, there's no movement. That's why there's no healing of trapped emotions and traumas and everything and that effect that is not about lesson or about karmic rebalance or for some other purpose. It simply cannot be done because there's no movement there. But in the linear sequential, in the density and intensity where a physical vessel can be that glass, shall we say, or container to do it out of, we can do that. So we can release, we can transcend. We're able to learn from past mistakes, release those behaviors, transform, shift, and all the rest. It gives opportunities. Yet it replicates up and down the stack in local form as well, because it manifests it well. It is perhaps a little difficult to explain, but you bring both together, and ultimately it is about the pattern. So for healing, for releasing, you consider what is the pattern, not where it is from or the specifics of it, but each pattern has a geometry, a design architecture, a vibration, a frequency. You zero in on that. You bring to bear the quantum field, now always putting them all in one based on pattern similarities. You bring to bear the linearity of the linear timeline, and then you can release, transmute, you can move out of it. You can release it, transmute it, leave it behind, release those energies, and leave it behind. You can also do something else. We carry in our bodies, in our DNA lineages, and in our soul stream, a lot of guilt and grief and shame, because ultimately we are love and we come from love. We are able to do a very small, very easy to do process called Ho'oponopono, to forgive and release all of it while we serve as the one who chooses to do that for the entire energetic stream, for all of it. And that is whatever you want to forgive for wherever that is, or whoever that is, and that individual or entity or pattern does not even have to be physically present in front of you. You can bring it up in your mind's eye and say, please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. The please forgive me requests permission to do this, to forgive. The I'm sorry is the actual action of that forgiveness, the manifestation, the bringing to life, shall we say, the intent. The thank you is the gratitude. It's the gratitude for what it taught you and the gratitude for the forgiveness itself. And I love you brings back to love. It is the embrace. It releases the energies and cleans the slate. It frees it for yourself, for that other you're forgiving or seeking forgiveness from, and for the entire stream. It is done. It also operates past, present, and future. It cleans the entire thing. It really clears it. And then we release those energies in their individual component parts back to the universe, where they can move on to their next purpose, whatever that purpose is. So by doing this very easy, short process that we can do verbally or in our inner voice, no one needs to know that we're doing it. If we free ourselves, we've released the energies, and as noted, we cleared past, present, and future, and we cleared from the quantum field itself. And then it is done. And then we open space to do something else, to do different. We no longer carry around that burden, whether it is ours in the conscious mind, contained in the DNA, or in the soul stream. And then we no longer repeat the same thing. We open space for something else. We allow ourselves and allow in something else, and we do something else. And we become even better and greater than we ever were before. So we can bring together the quantum field and the linear within our own selves and make all of it a much greater and better, and truly transcend and truly move beyond. And that is absolutely magnificent. And it is time we move beyond and moved on and open our minds, our hearts, our souls, our world to greater and other possibility than the continuously repeating what we have done 1,000 or 1,000,000 times before, whether it is in our awareness or it is not. Many blessings, much love. Go forth and just do it. And be free. Let's all free ourselves from old burdens and old baggage. And let's rise, arise, and fly. A world awaits, a beautiful one over the horizon, when we can release the old baggage, rise above, and just rise and see beyond the horizon.